Hello friends, good morning. Today we'll continue with the LT pacing part 2. So I'll tell you all the parameters required in LT pacing. Let's go one by one. The number one parameter is the tag or the tracking area code. We have singular multiple tags. So the tracking area code of an external cell, the value can be from 0 to 65535 numbers. So as per requirement we can plan the tracking area or we can name them. The second parameter today is maximum number of paging records. So the maximum allowed number of paging records include in one radio resource control or RRC paging message. It is allowed maximum number of UE that can be paged per paging occasion. So the value range and the value is from 1 to 16. So normally the recommended value is 3 and the operators also implement normally 3. Okay, so the maximum number of paging records is 3. The third parameter for today is the default paging cycle. So I would like to little bit elaborate on the default paging cycles. The paging cycle also sometimes referred as T time. Paging cycle time used as a node B and broadcast and system information type 2. If the UE specific discontinuous reception or the DRX cycle is provided in S1 application protocol paging and has a small value than the default paging cycle, then the UE specific DRX cycle overrides the default paging cycle. That's a point to remember. And the value of default paging cycle is 32 or 64, 120 or 256. So the default and recommended value is 128 by the vendors, and the same 128 is implemented with most of the operators in their network. The third parameter today is the NB or the this is a paging parameter used to calculate the number of position of paging occasions or PO in short form. So the paging occasions and the paging frames. So this is basically used to calculate the number of POs and the PF. So the maximum value of NB depends on the value of the default paging cycle, or I already told the T, which is from 32 to 64, 120 and 256. So this parameter NB depends on the default paging and can be set to 4T, 2T or T or half T or 1 by 4T or 1 by 8T, 1 by 16T or 1 by 32T. So when NB is set to T or 2T or 4T kind of values, it determines the number of paging occasions or POs per PF paging frames and the PO position in PF. When the NB is set to the value smaller than T, okay, like half T, 1 by 8T or 1 by 16T or 1 by 32T, it affects the system frame number of the PF, the position of PO in the PF, and also distribution of UE into groups with the same PF. When NV is set as smaller value, the group are fewer but larger, or more but smaller. So normally the recommended value is T, and many operators has implemented the value T for NB. Then the fourth parameter for today is paging discard timer. So paging discard timer, basically the length of time or received paging is retained or queued in the node B before it is discarded. The timer should be set to the same or smaller value as the paging recent timer in MME, or you must be knowing about the T3413 timer. This setting prevents the node B from maintaining or sending an old paging after the recent copy is received already from the MME. So the values are like 1 to 15, and the recommended value from vendors is 3, and the operators also implement 3 as the recommended value, and that's the default value also. So then the sixth timer today is the number of default paging cycle. The number of consecutive default paging cycle in which paging of earthquake and tsunami warning system, ETWS, basically primary notification shall be transmitted in the node B. So the number of default paging cycle I prime is actually from 1 to 16, and the default value is 8, and the operators also implement as a recommended value also 8 is the value. And the last but not the least is the PDCCH CFI mode, which controls the CFI, or control format indicator, used for the control region. The CFI mode maps to CFI as described under the enumerations for downlink bandwidth of, let's say, 1400 kilohertz, value of CFI equal to 1 or 2, and 3 to map 3 4 2 3 4 control region symbol respectively. So other BW CFI maps directly to number of control region symbols. So normally the recommended value for PDCCH CFI mode is CFI auto maximum 3, and that is also the default value, so that is used in the system, LT system. So those are all the 7 parameters for LT paging. I hope you verified with this session, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment in the video. Till then, till the next video comes, take care and stay happy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.